total number of people dying in ages 20 to 44 was suddenly 84% higher over a 6-month period. All-cause mortality jumped 84%. That's a horrible number. Insurance actuaries will tell you that a 10% elevation in all-cause mortality is virtually a 1 in 300 year event. It's that rare. Like, things are relatively stable, even through war, strangely enough. But the only thing that would cause an 84% elevation in all-cause mortality that an insurance actuary could look at and a money guy could look at would be something hidden that's huge and that isn't COVID. Because, by the way, the COVID only accounts for at most a 5 or 10% elevation in all-cause mortality because of the COVID deaths, the 700,000 to 1 million in the States. That only accounts for a small number of these excess deaths. So all these excess deaths are happening, just like all these excesses, paralysis of how many couples got paralysis of the face and a stroke in the brain in the same month. Dear Mr. Justin Bieber, our fellow Canadian, he's got this terrible event neurologically happening to his face, and his wife is having a stroke. Separate from that, two separate human bodies, and both within a few weeks of each other get these two terribly deleterious events. And of course, they were both double vaxxed in the few months just before that, and now they have the consequence. So we know the reason of this mortality increase. We know it's huge in the children. We know it's still huge in adults, because anything above a 3% raise in mortality is noticed immediately by actuaries. It's noted immediately by insurance companies that are having to pay out death benefits in incredible numbers. And cemeteries whose business is literally going through the roof since the middle of 2021. Cemetery numbers were not going through the roof in 2020 when COVID was not capable of being, quote, treated with a vaccine, when COVID was just being managed and the vaccines didn't exist. Death rates were neutral, soft, flat. They were where they always were as a totality. Now, in the year after, in a year and a half of the vaccine being available, that's where the numbers have gone. Excess mortality has happened in adults and children both. And anyone who thinks that it's not the vaccine is a complete moron.
Amen.